Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is me, the Mysterious Cameraman, and today I'm going to be talking about Spider-Man Beyond Negative. This fan film released a bit less than 24 hours ago, and I'm going to be talking about it. Before we get into it, if you haven't already seen the official trailer for my own fan film, Spider-Man and Kingpin Time, that's on my channel now. And besides that, let's get into it. So, this is the sequel to Spider-Man Hobgoblin's Revenge, and I thought it was better. Obviously, with most sequels, it does what the first one didn't. So, I'm going to quickly talk about it. The basic plot was Peter has to fight Mr. Negative. That's the basic one-sentence line. But the main thing that this film does is it's a lot. Some of it's filmed in actual sets, but a lot of the film's also green screen. And some of the film's not is video games or film, like actual, like the real movie thing. So, it's very difficult to... So, let's just talk about it. So, So, let's get into it. The first thing that is going to be discussed out of these 7 categories is the first obvious category, directing. And in my opinion, this one is pretty good. I like a lot of the shots in this film. I think a lot of the shots in this film overall are very good. Like, there aren't any shots I'm like, this shot specifically isn't good. The majority of them stand out as being very, like, easy to, like, stand out if you understand what I'm trying to get at. Next, we have editing. And this is where I'd say this film falters. I think there are actually shots from the actual Spider-Man 3. And there's video game shots. And there's a lot of green screen. So overall, like the shot that's on the screen now, it takes away from a bit of the film. Like, and this shot as well, like, when it's not practical, it looks very different. When you're going from practical to green screen, it looks wrong. Moving forward to acting, I'd say this is definitely one of the stronger parts of the film. I do like a lot of the performances, especially the one from Mr. Negative. And I think overall, a lot of the characters are they fit for their thing. Story is definitely where I'm going to probably nitpick the most. I know I've already said some things about the green screen, but I'm going to talk about that more at the end. With this story, it's basically like watching a watered-down, worser version of Spider-Man 3. If, like, there are actual scenes from the film that are taken into this fan film, which I don't think is an issue. I think you can model a film based off of another film, like the film it's based off of. I completely understand that. However, what I don't get is just trying to remake it. Because there's, like, the dance scene, there's the Peter abusing someone scene, there's, like, actual lines from the film in this. So it, like, kind of takes away from the magic of it, because a lot of it is like, wait, what am I watching again? And it also, but the main thing I want to kind of say is that when you're watching a fan film like this, it's very difficult to go from green screen to normal, and even thinking, oh, this plot isn't just like watching Spider-Man 3, even when there's actual shots from Spider-Man 3 in this film. Moving on to choreography, I'd say the choreography in this is very good. You can see when the punches aren't hitting, but when fan films do learn how to grow out of it at points in the future. So, it's getting better. And then music is just taken from the Spider-Man 3 soundtrack, so I can't even say anything. Overall, personally, I'm going to just talk about the green screen stuff quickly, is that when you're watching a fan film, I personally don't like using actual shots, so I don't think you should be putting shots from the actual film into the fan film. Or video game shots. It's not as bad, the video games are fine, but the video game shots in it, and I don't mind green screen. I think green screen is very good to be used, but I don't think half your fan film should be green screen, especially with an hour-long thing. This is an hour-long fan film, and I'd say probably about 30 minutes is green screen. So it's a lot of seeing these characters act in not real sets, and it kind of takes away from the magic of what makes a fan film. Because what makes a fan film is a bit of that cheap aspect, but green screen kind of takes away a bit of that. And I'm not saying not to use green screen at all. That's not what I'm saying. But I don't think you should rely so heavily on it. That's basically the main thing I'm trying to say from this. And I never like using shots from real films. I feel like that takes away from the magic of it. Overall, even with the whole green screen issue, even with the fact that it's basically watching Spider-Man 3 again, it is still a fun film, and you can see that they did put a lot into it. And as much as it is similar with things like Venom, with the symbiote, with literal taken scenes, Mr. Negative still does stand out among the cast. And I would say Mr. Negative is probably the best part of this film because not just the fact that it's the most original, but it's been casted well, so you have a fun time watching it. So overall, I'd say if you really like the character of Mr. Negative, I'd say I would 100% recommend this. Besides that, I'd say it's a pretty good fan film. I'd say there's definitely I know they have Ant-Man at the beginning coming up. I feel like I saw something else, but I don't remember. But I think when it moves forward with its next productions, I would suggest to, not just to Menacing Studios, but to any fan film studio, to kind of not rely so heavily on green screen. But besides that, I'd say it's still a pretty good fan film. I still really enjoyed watching it, and I'd say Mr. Negative really stole the show. So besides that, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already seen the trailer for my own fan film, Spider-Man and Kingpin of Time, that's on my channel now. And besides that, thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.